I've traveled to the beautiful island of Bali, Indonesia, to attend classes on mindfulness, compassion and gratitude by Japanese filmmaker Eiji Han Shimizu, producer on the 2013 award-winning documentary Happy. I got a chance to sit down with him and ask about his motivation for spending 6 years traveling the world exploring happiness.
The reason why I started this project about the movie on happiness is simply I wasn't very happy. Although ironically I've done everything what society expects me to achieve. You know, since I was a kid I was always good academically. I did the sports and was good at it. I was popular, I dressed nicely, I was funny, and then I went to a good school, you know, got a good job, having a nice apartment, a sporty car. Everything was going for me, but I noticed that the contentment, happiness, wasn't attained. I had a lot of pleasurable kind of happiness, and I still remember this event, which happened now like 8 years ago or 9 years ago. I was back then working for one of the largest media companies in Japan. Good pay, very respected, so having good life. Then I was taking a train, commuting from my house to Tokyo, and the train was very packed. And one gentleman standing in front of me, and I was standing, he seemed very sick. And I thought, oh my God, you know, I wanted to kind of step away from him because he was sweating and everything, but it was too crowded for me to move. So, you know, after a while, you know, he kind of like getting sicker and sicker, and he lost his balance, and then he bumped into me with his shoulder. Not a major bumping, but he kind of, you know, bumped into me, and then I don't know why, but I was so furious. I was having this nice ironed, you know, brand shirt, and it got a little bit of his sweat, and I was furious, and then I was staring at him, and I didn't scream at him, but I was like giving this bad look. And he was an old guy, you know, sick, so he said, I'm sorry, but I kept on like staring at him like that. And I thought, what, you know, that moment I felt that the cold bucket of water splash onto my face, and I still feel the sensation. What I thought was that I don't like this guy, but this guy is not this gentleman, but this guy, myself, who got upset with such a trivial thing, and I didn't want to grow up to become this guy when I was a kid, but I'm totally it.
The experience on the train that day made the seemingly successful man reflect on the quality of his life. It would forever change him.
And I started analyzing my life, and then, you know, then I realized that so many times I get upset, I get sad, I get jealousy, I get, you know, uneasy with the things that don't matter to me. So I don't have a strong emotional balance to flourish. And I thought that the path that I was taking was good, but I have to seek another path.
On his travels, Eiji met with the world's leading researchers into the field of happiness. People such as Ed Diener, Michael Csikszentmihalyi, Sonia Lyubomirsky and others, as well as interviewing dozens of happy people around the world. I asked what the biggest lesson had been for him personally.
The biggest takeaway of my 6 years journey, you know, pursuing happiness, is that the happiness is a skill. Happiness is definitely trainable. You know, there are key drivers for happiness, which were, you know, over and over again, empirically verified by, you know, psychologists, neuroscientists, and experts in this field. Certain drivers such as, you know, mindfulness, gratitude, compassion, optimism, strength, self-efficacy, and all these things. And Some people are born lucky, totally equipped with these elements, but some people don't. But we don't have to be pessimistic about it because each element is very trainable. If you just like playing golf or learning how to play piano, you do small thing but every day and training yourself, then sure enough you can increase this happiness driver, and you become happy significantly.
In closing, I asked Mr. Shimizu what one piece of advice he would give to people, aside from watching his movie. His answer? Cultivate mindfulness.
Don't let your autopilot run around. For instance, if something happened and if you feel that you are getting angry, don't let that feeling run. You can actually practice mindfulness, and before you get upset and act upon it, just give a little space of emptiness. Then you can, with that little bit of space, you feel that you can choose your response. So that same thing goes for sadness, jealousy, or all sort of like destructive emotions, which are opposite of happiness. Whenever these negative emotions come, you feel you want to act upon it, just remember that have a little space in between. Then you feel much easier. Then you can confront with the situation with much ease, much more clarity, and much more happiness.